future birds, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to revise class 11th zoology chapter 19 chemical coordination and integration. So let's start. So this is going to be a video which is like audiobook of NCRT, something like that. I'm not going to explain the concepts in detail. So let's start it. So here we get to know that neural system provides a point-to-point rapid coordination among organs. The neural coordination is fast but short-lived as the nerve fibers do not intervenate all cells of the body and all the cellular functions need to be continuously regulated. A special kind of coordination and integration has to be provided. This function is carried out by hormones. The neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and regulate the physiological functions in the body. Endocrine glands and hormones. Endocrine glands lack ducts and are hence called ductless gland. इसको याद कैसे कर सकते हो? क्योंकि एंडो में डी आता है तो हमने कहा कि तुम्हें डी दे दिया तो तुम्हें डक्ट नहीं देंगे, ऐसे याद रख सकते हो अगर करना है तो. मैं तो ऐसे याद रखती हूँ. Their secretions are called hormones. वैसे ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, थोड़ा ध्यान रखना. हॉर्मोन्स सिर्फ हम उन्हें बोलते हैं जो एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड से रिलीज होते हैं. मतलब एक्सोक्राइन से रिलीज होने वाले को हार्मोन नहीं बोला जाता. ये कई बार कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट कर सकते हैं किसी क्वेश्चन में. द क्लासिकल डेफिनेशन ऑफ हार्मोन as a chemical produced by endocrine glands are released into the blood and transported to a distantly located target organ has current specific definition as follows. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular, not intra, it's intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amounts. The new definition covers a number of new molecules in addition to hormones secreted by organized endocrine glands. Now, talking about types of systems, invertebrates possess very simple endocrine system with few hormones, whereas large number of chemicals act as a hormone and provide coordination in vertebrates. So now we are talking about human endocrine system. So first of all, we have a diagram here, which is actually a quite summary of the whole chapter. That this is a pineal gland. Here situated is pituitary gland. Actually, you can see if it's here. This is the hypothalamus. There are thyroid and parathyroid glands. Thymus, which is responsible for immunity. Pancreas, adrenal जो किडनी के ऊपर situated होते हैं. Testis in males, ovary in females. Now let's start. The endocrine glands and hormones producing diffused tissue or cells located in different parts of our body constitute the endocrine system. यहाँ पे ध्यान क्या रखा जा सकता है कि एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड जो है वो हार्मोन प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, वो डिफ्यूज्ड टिश्यू भी हो सकते हैं, सेल्स भी हो सकते हैं, ठीक है. क्योंकि असोशिएशन रीजन ऐसे स्टेटमेंट वाले जो क्वेश्चन आता है ना, वहां पे कंफ्यूजिंग हो सकता है. तो जहां लगता है ना कि आपको कंफ्यूजन हो सकती है, आई टेल देयर ओनली. ना पिट्यूटरी, पीनियल, थायराइड, एड्रीनल, पैनक्रियास, पैराथायराइड, thymus, gonads, testes in males, ovary in females are the organized endocrine bodies in our body. In addition to this, कुछ अलग organs हैं जैसे GI tract, liver, kidney, heart. They also produce hormones. अब हम इनके बारे में थोड़ी थोड़ी बात करेंगे. जैसे सबसे पहले हमारे पास हाइपोथैलेमस. एज यू नो, हाइपोथैलेमस इज द बेसल पार्ट ऑफ डायनसेफेलॉन. डायनसेफेलॉन किसका पार्ट है? आगे फोरब्रेन का. इट रेगुलेट्स अ वाइड स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ बॉडी फंक्शंस. इट कंटेन्स सेवरल ग्रुप ऑफ न्यूरोसेक्रेटरी सेल्स जिसे न्यूक्लियाई कहा जाता है, which produce hormones. These hormones regulate the synthesis and secretion of pituitary hormones. However, the hormones produced by hypothalamus are of two types: releasing hormone, which stimulate the secretion of pituitary hormones, and inhibiting hormones, which inhibit the secretion of pituitary hormones. For example, a hypothalamic hormone called gonadotropin releasing hormone GnRH stimulate the pituitary synthesis and release of gonadotropins. On the other hand, somatostatin, ये थोड़ा सा याद रखना. कई बार ना ये जैसे नाम से इसके कई बार आइडिया नहीं लग पाता, बाकी हॉर्मोन्स का नाम से पता चल जाता है, तो मैं इसको हाईलाइट कर रही हूँ. सोमैटोस्टैटिन फ्रॉम द हाइपोथैलेमस inhibits the release of growth hormone from the pituitary. Now these hormones originating in the hypothalamic neurons pass through axon and are released from their nerve endings. These hormones reach their pituitary gland through a portal circulatory system and regulate the function of anterior pituitary. ये थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग हो सकता है, याद रखना एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी. द पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी इज अंडर डायरेक्ट न्यूरल रेगुलेशन ऑफ हाइपोथैलेमस. सो ये हमारे पास हाइपोथैलेमस है, ये जो पूरा पोर्शन है ये हाइपोथैलेमिक न्यूरॉन्स है। ये पोर्टल सर्कुलेशन से होते हुए एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी में हॉर्मोन्स आते हैं, और जो पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी है ये डायरेक्ट न्यूरल रेगुलेशन में है, ठीक है। उसके बाद है द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड इज लोकेटेड इन अ बोनी कैविटी कॉल्ड सेला टर्शिका एंड इज अटैच्ड टू hypothalamus by a stalk. It is divided anatomically into an adenohypophysis and a neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis consists of two portions, pars distalis and pars intermedia. The pars distalis region of pituitary, common called anterior pituitary, produces growth hormone, prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone. Now the other one, pars intermedia, secretes only one hormone called melanocyte stimulating hormone, which is MSH. However, in humans, the pars intermedia is also almost merged with the pars distalis. Now, neurohypophysis, which is also known as pars nervosa, is also known as posterior pituitary, stores and releases two hormones called oxytocin and vasopressin, which are actually synthesized by the hypothalamus and are transported axonally to neurohypophysis. Now, oversecretion of GH stimulates abnormal growth of the body, leading to gigantism, and low secretion of GH results in a stunted growth, resulting in a pituitary dwarfism. Excess secretion of growth hormone in adults, especially in middle age, can result in severe disfigurement, especially of the face, called acromegaly, which may lead to serious complications and premature death if unchecked. Now, the disease is hard to diagnose in the early stages and often goes undetected for many years until changes in the external features become noticeable. Talking about prolactin, it regulates the growth of mammary glands and the formation of milk in them. TSH, it stimulates the synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormones from the thyroid gland. ACTH, it stimulates the synthesis and secretion of steroid hormones, which are glucocorticoids from the adrenal cortex. LH and FSH stimulate gonadal activity, hence are called gonadotropins. In males, LH stimulate the synthesis and secretion of hormones called androgen from testes. In males, FSH and androgen regulate spermatogenesis. In females, LH induces ovulation of a fully mature graphene follicle and maintain the corpus luteum formed from the remnants of the graphene follicle after ovulation. FSH stimulates the growth and development of the ovarian follicle in females. Now, MSH. MSH acts on the melanocyte, melanin containing cells, and regulates pigmentation of the skin. Oxytocin. Oxytocin acts on the smooth muscle of our body and stimulates their contraction. In females, it stimulates a vigorous contraction of the uterus at the time of childbirth and milk ejection from the mammary gland. Vasopressin. It acts mainly at the kidney and stimulates resorption of water and electrolytes by the distal tubules and thereby reduces the loss of water through urine diuresis. Hence, it is also called as antidiuretic hormone. An impairment affecting synthesis or release of ADH results in a diminished ability of the kidney to conserve water, leading to water loss and dehydration. This condition is known as diabetes insipidus. Talking about the pineal gland. Okay, this diagram is going to be in the next part. Pineal gland. The pineal gland is located on the dorsal side. डॉर्सल साइड कैसे याद रखोगे? कोई ट्रिक बना लो, जैसे डी और पी की कोई ट्रिक बना लो, क्योंकि मैं अपने नाम से याद रखती हूँ, मेरे नाम में पी डी आता है तो ऐसे. सो डॉर्सल साइड ऑफ द forehead. Pineal secretes a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin plays a very important role in the regulation of a 24-hour diurnal rhythm of our body. For example, it helps in maintaining the normal rhythms of sleep-wake cycle, body temperature. In addition, melatonin also influences metabolism, pigmentation, menstrual cycle, as well as our defense capability. Now, coming to thyroid gland, so it is located something on the vocal cord like this. Lobular structure है ये. And thyroid gland is composed of two lobes which are located on either side of the trachea. Now, both the lobes are interconnected with a thin, ये statement में परेशान कर सकते हैं ये words, thin flap of connective tissue called isthmus. Now, the thyroid gland is composed of follicles and stromal tissue. Each thyroid follicle is composed of follicular cells enclosing a cavity. Now, these follicular cells synthesize two hormones, that is tetraiodothyronin or thyroxin T4 and triiodothyronin T3. याद रखना T4 को thyroxin बोला जाता है. Iodine is essential for the normal rate of hormone synthesis in thyroid. The deficiency of iodine in our diet results in hypothyroidism and enlargement of thyroid gland, commonly called goiter. Now, hypothyroidism during pregnancy causes the defective development and maturation of growing baby, leading to stunted growth, cretinism, mental retardation, low IQ, abnormal skin, deaf mutism. In adult women, hypothyroidism may cause menstrual cycle to become irregular. Due to cancer of thyroid gland or due to development of nodules of the thyroid gland, the rate of synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormone is increased to abnormal high levels, leading to a condition called hyperthyroidism, which adversely affects the body physiology. Exophthalmic goiter is a form of hyperthyroidism characterized by enlargement of thyroid gland, protrusion of eyeballs, increased basal metabolic rate, and weight loss, also called Graves' disease. Thyroid hormones play an important role in the regulation of the basal metabolic rate. These hormones also support the process of red blood cell formation. Thyroid hormones control the metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. The maintenance of water and electrolyte balance is also influenced by the thyroid hormones. Thyroid gland also secretes a protein hormone called thyrocalcitonin (TCT), which regulates the blood calcium levels. Talking about parathyroid glands, these are located like this. आप देख सकते हो डॉर्सल साइड पे होते हैं, दिखाई देते हैं आपको ये एक्चुअली. आप थोड़ा पैरा पढ़ोगे तो आपको समझ आएगा. इन ह्यूमंस, four parathyroid glands are located on the back side of the thyroid gland, one pair in each two lobes of the thyroid gland. Now, parathyroid gland secretes a peptide hormone. यहीं पे साथ साथ याद करते जाना है. Peptide hormone called parathyroid hormone (PTH). A secretion of PTH is regulated by the circulating level of calcium ions. Now, parathyroid hormone increases the calcium in blood. ये भी याद रखना है. इंक्रीज तो करता है, किसमें करता है? ब्लड में इंक्रीज करता है कैल्शियम लेवल्स को. Now, PTH acts on bone and stimulate the process of bone resorption, dissolution, demineralization. कुछ भी बोल सकते हो तीनों में से. PTH also stimulates reabsorption of calcium by renal tubules and increases the calcium absorption from the digested food. ओवरऑल समझ चुके हो कैसे ये ब्लड में कैल्शियम बढ़ा रहा है. Now it is thus clear that PTH is a hypercalcemic hormone. It increases the blood calcium levels. Along with TCT, it plays a significant role in calcium balance in the body. याद रखो TCT जस्ट इसके अपोजिट करेगा. वो ब्लड से निकाल निकाल के बोन्स पे चिपकाएगा और है ना, रीनल टेब्यूल को भी बोलेगा निकालो निकालो कैल्शियम बाहर निकालो. मतलब जो जो इनने किया उससे उल्टा करेगा. उसके बाद टॉकिंग अबाउट थाइमस. नाउ थाइमस ग्लैंड इज अ लोब्यूलर स्ट्रक्चर located between the lungs behind the sternum on the ventral side of aorta. अब वेंट्रल में ऐसे याद रख लो कि डोर्सल में टी नहीं आता, वेंट्रल में टी आता है और थाइमस में टी आता है. मतलब हल्का सा आइडिया दे रही हूँ, हल्का सा दिमाग में रह जाएगा तो आंसर टिक करने में आसानी रहेगी. The thymus plays a major role in the development of the immune system. Now, this gland secretes the peptide hormone called thymosins. Thymosins play a major role in the differentiation of T lymphocytes, which provides cell-mediated immunity. In addition, thymosins also promote production of antibodies to provide humoral immunity. Now, thymus is degenerated in individuals, resulting in a decreased production of thymosins. As a result, the immune response of old persons become weak. Next is adrenal gland. Our body has one pair of adrenal glands, one at the interior part of each kidney. अब A से adrenal, A से anterior part. The gland is located or composed of two types of tissue. The centrally located tissue is called adrenal medulla, and the outside lies the adrenal cortex. The underproduction of hormones by the adrenal cortex alters the carbohydrate metabolism, causing acute weakness and fatigue, leading to disease called Addison's disease. Now, this is the adrenal gland. The outer one is the cortex, inner one is the medulla. Now, the adrenal medulla secretes two hormones called adrenaline and or epinephrine and noradrenaline or norepinephrine. These are commonly called as catecholamines. Adrenaline and noradrenaline are rapidly secreted in response to stress of any kind and during emergency situations and are called emergency hormones or hormones of fight or flight. These hormones increase alertness, pupillary dilation, piloerection, raising of hairs, sweating, etc. Both the hormones increase the heartbeat, strength of heart contraction, rate of respiration. Catecholamines also stimulate the breakdown of glucose, resulting in I said glucose, glycogen, resulting in increased concentration of glucose in the blood. In addition, they also stimulate the breakdown of lipids and proteins. Now, adrenal cortex. It can be divided into three layers: zona reticularis, which is the inner layer, zona fasciculata, which is the middle layer, and zona glomerulosa, which is the outer layer. How to remember it? It is GFR. अगर आपने किडनी वाला चैप्टर पढ़ा है, एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट्स एंड एलिमिनेशन, जीएफआर से आप वाकिफ होंगे, तो आप ऐसे याद रखना जीएफआर है, और कैसे याद रखना है कि बाहर से अंदर आ रहे हो आप, बाहर से अंदर आ रहे हो आप. Now, adrenal cortex secretes many hormones, commonly called as corticoids. The corticoids, which are involved in the carbohydrate metabolism, are called glucocorticoids. In a body, cortisol is the main glucocorticoid. Now, corticoids, which regulate the balance of water and electrolytes in a body, are called mineralocorticoids. Aldosterone is the main mineralocorticoid in a body. Now, glucocorticoids stimulate gluconeogenesis, lipolysis, and proteolysis, and inhibited cellular uptake and utilization of amino acid. Now, cortisol is also involved in maintaining the cardiovascular system. ये लाइन शायद तुम अगर भूल जाओ तो ध्यान से देखना. कॉर्टिसोल कार्डियोवेस्कुलर सिस्टम पे भी अफेक्ट कर रहा है, मेंटेन कर रहा है, और किडनी फंक्शंस में भी उसका रोल है. ठीक है. नाउ ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड, पर्टिकुलरली कॉर्टिसोल, produces anti-inflammatory reaction and suppress the immune response. ठीक है. Cortisol stimulates the RBC production. Aldosterone. Aldosterone act mainly at the renal tubules and stimulate the resorption of sodium and water and excretion of potassium and phosphate ions. Thus, the aldosterone helps in maintenance of electrolyte, body fluid volume, osmotic pressure, and blood pressure. Now, small amounts of endogenic steroids are also secreted by the adrenal cortex, which play a role in the growth of axial hair, pubic hair, and facial hair during the puberty. Pancreas. Now, pancreas is a composite gland which acts as both exo and endocrine gland. The endocrine pancreas, याद रखना endocrine की बात हो रही है. The endocrine pancreas consists of isles of Langerhans. There are about 1 to 2 million isles of Langerhans in a normal human pancreas, representing only 1 to 2% of the pancreatic tissue. Now, the two main types of cell in the islet of Langerhans are called alpha cells and beta cells. The alpha cells secrete a hormone called glucagon, while beta cells secrete insulin. Now, glucagon is a peptide hormone. अभी मैंने एक और पेप्टाइड हार्मोन बताया था. बिना वीडियो को पॉज किए, बिना इधर उधर देखे, फटाफट कमेंट बॉक्स में आंसर लिखो कौन सा पेप्टाइड हार्मोन जस्ट अभी पहले पढ़ा था. And plays an important role in maintaining the normal blood glucose levels. Now, glucagon acts mainly on the liver cells, also known as hepatocytes, and stimulate glycogenolysis, resulting in increased blood sugar, hyperglycemia. In addition, this hormone stimulates the process of gluconeogenesis, which also contributes to hyperglycemia. Now, glucagon reduces the cellular glucose uptake and utilization. Thus, glucagon is a hyperglycemic hormone. Insulin. Insulin is a peptide hormone which play a major role in the regulation of glucose homeostasis. Insulin acts mainly on hepatocytes and adipocytes and enhances cellular glucose uptake and utilization. As a result, there is a rapid movement of glucose from blood to hepatocyte and adipocytes, resulting in a decreased blood glucose levels, hyperglycemia. तो इस पैरा को तुम्हें पढ़ के पता लग गया होगा कि ये दोनों आपस में एक्चुअली एंटागोनिस्टिक काम कर रहे हैं, जहाँ पे ग्लूकागोन जो है वो ब्लड शुगर बढ़ा रहा है, मतलब प्रोटियोलिसिस कर रहा है. एक सेकंड, मुझे हाँ मुझे लगा मुझे छींक आ रही है. एनीवेज, प्रोटियोलिसिस कर रहा है, लिपोलिसिस कर रहा है, मतलब वो सारे काम कर रहा है जिससे ब्लड में ग्लूकोज बढ़ जाए. सेल्यूलर अपटेक कम करा रहा है कि तुम मत लो ग्लूकोज ब्लड में बढ़ने दो. ये जो इंसुलिन है ये सब उल्टा कर रहा है, ये सेल्स को बोल रहा है चलो 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 ग्लूकोज उठाओ, फटाफट से हेपेटोसाइट्स के पास लेके जाओ. तो ये ब्लड में कम करवा रहा है. Now, insulin also stimulate conversion of glucose to glycogen, that is glycogenesis, in the target cell. Now, the glucose homeostasis in blood is thus maintained jointly by the two hormones, which is insulin and glucagon. Now, prolonged hyperglycemia leads to a complex disorder called diabetes mellitus. Complex disorder. ये जो वर्ड्स होते हैं ना, ये स्टेटमेंट वाले क्वेश्चन में कंफ्यूज कर सकते हैं. Which is associated with the loss of glucose through urine and formation of harmful compound known as ketone bodies. अभी आगे बात करते हैं, जो डायबिटिक पेशेंट्स होते हैं उनको इंसुलिन थेरेपी दी जाती है. आगे हमारे पास टेस्टिस. A pair of testes is present in the scrotal sac outside the abdomen of male individuals. The testes perform dual function as a primary sex organ as well as an endocrine gland. Testis is composed of seminiferous tubules and stromal or interstitial tissue. The Leydig cells or interstitial cells, which are present in the intertubular spaces, produce a group of hormones called androgens, mainly testosterone. Androgens regulate the development, maturation, and functions of the male accessory sex organs like epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and urethra, etc. These hormones stimulate muscular growth, growth of facial and axillary hair, aggressiveness, low pitch of voice, etc. Now, androgens play a major stimulatory role in the process of spermatogenesis, formation of spermatozoa. Androgens act on the central neural system (CNS) and influence the male sexual behavior, which is also known as libido. These hormones produce anabolic, yes, synthetic effects on protein and carbohydrate metabolism. ये याद रखना, स्टेटमेंट में कैटाबॉलिक कर दिया तो स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग हो जाएगी. ठीक है. उसके बाद है ओवरी. Now females have a pair of ovaries located in the abdomen. Ovary is the primary female sex organ which produces one ovum during each menstrual cycle. In addition, ovary also produces two group of steroid hormone. मैंने इससे पहले भी एक स्टेरॉइड हार्मोन की बात की थी. तुम्हें पता है क्या करना है? कमेंट बॉक्स में आंसर करना है बिना देखे. Which are called estrogen and progesterone. Now, ovary is composed of ovarian follicles and stromal tissue. The estrogen is synthesized and secreted mainly by the growing ovarian follicles. Now, after ovulation, the ruptured follicle is converted to a structure called corpus luteum, which secretes mainly progesterone. Now, estrogen produces wide range of actions such as stimulation of growth, activity of female secondary sex organs, development of growing ovarian follicles, appearance of female secondary sex characters like high pitch of voice, memory gland development. So, estrogen also regulates female sexual behavior. Talking about progesterone, it supports pregnancy. It also acts on the mammary gland and stimulates the formation of alveoli, sac-like structure which store milk and milk secretion. ये alveoli lungs वाली alveoli नहीं है, कहीं सोच रहे हो. उसके बाद है hormones of heart, kidney and GI tract. Now talking about these, we know the hormones are also secreted by some tissue which are not endocrine glands. For example, heart. The atrial wall of heart secretes very important peptide hormone which is called ANF, atrial natriuretic factor. It decreases the blood pressure. I repeat, decreases the blood pressure. When blood pressure is increased, ANF is secreted, जिसकी वजह से blood vessels का dilation हो जाता है. अब dilation होगा तो क्या होगा? Volume बढ़ गई. Boyle's law के according volume बढ़ती है तो pressure घट जाता है. This reduces the blood pressure. उसके बाद है juxtaglomerular cells of kidney produces a peptide hormone. Again peptide hormone है. JG cells of kidney produce कर रहे हैं erythropoietin which stimulates erythropoiesis formation of RBC. Now endocrine cells present in different parts of GI tract secrete four major peptide hormones. चार major peptide hormones है कौन से? Gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin that is CCK, GIP, that is gastric inhibitory peptide. Now, so talking about gastrin, it acts on the gastric glands and stimulates the secretion of HCl and pepsinogen. Secretin, it acts on the exocrine pancreas. अब ध्यान रखना, exocrine pancreas and stimulates the secretion of water and bicarbonate ions. CCK acts on the both pancreas and gallbladder to stimulate the secretion of pancreatic enzymes from pancreas, bile juice from gallbladder. Now GIP, it inhibits the gastric secretion and motility. Several other non-endocrine tissues secrete hormones जिन्हें हम growth factors कहते हैं. They are essential for normal growth of tissue, चाहे उनकी repairing करनी हो या regeneration करना हो. Talking about hormone action का mechanism. Hormones produce their effects on the target tissue by binding to the specific proteins called hormone receptors located in the target tissue only. The hormone receptor present on the cell membrane of the target cell are called membrane bound receptor, and the receptor present inside the target cell are called intracellular receptors. बाहर वाले जो मेम्ब्रेन पे रह गए, सेल मेम्ब्रेन पे, वो मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड, जो अंदर आ गए वो इंट्रासेल्युलर. Now, intracellular maybe mostly nuclear receptors are present in the nucleus. Now, binding of a hormone to its receptor leads to formation of hormone receptor complex, and each receptor is specific to one hormone only, and hence receptors are specific. Now, hormone receptor complex formation leads to certain biochemical changes in the target tissue, जिसकी वजह से target tissue metabolism होता है, and hence physiological function hormones regulate कर पाते हैं. अब मुझे चार नेचर, केमिकल नेचर पढ़ने हैं हॉर्मोन्स के. पेप्टाइड, पॉलीपेप्टाइड या प्रोटीन के नेचर में देखा जाए तो इंसुलिन, ग्लूकागॉन, पिट्यूटरी हार्मोन्स, हाइपोथैलेमिक हार्मोन्स. स्टेरॉइड्स की बात करूं, कॉर्टिसोल, टेस्टोस्टेरोन, एस्ट्राडायोल एंड प्रोजेस्टेरोन. आइडोथायरोनिन की बात करूं तो जितने भी थायराइड के हार्मोन्स हैं. अमाइनो एसिड डेरिवेटिव्स की बात करूं तो एपिनेफ्रिन. The hormones which interact with the membrane boundary receptors, नॉर्मली वो टारगेट सेल के अंदर नहीं जाते हैं, वो सेकेंडरी मैसेंजर बना देते हैं, जैसे कि साइक्लिक एएमपी, IP3 या कैल्शियम. तो विच इन टर्न रेगुलेट द सेलुलर मेटाबॉलिज्म. लेकिन जो हॉर्मोन्स इंटरैक्ट करते हैं इंट्रासेलुलर रिसेप्टर्स के साथ, कौन से होते हैं वो? स्टेरॉइड हार्मोन्स एंड आइडोथायरोनिन्स. ये मोस्टली रेगुलेट करते हैं जीन एक्सप्रेशन को और क्रोमोसोम फंक्शन को by the interaction of hormone receptor complex with the genome. The cumulative biochemical actions result in the physiological and development effects. अभी बात करते हैं डायग्राम की. तो ये हार्मोन आया, फॉर एग्जांपल FSH, रिसेप्टर पे बाउंड हुआ मेम्ब्रेन के. अब इसका रिस्पॉन्स से सेकेंडरी मैसेंजर जनरेट हुआ, वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, साइक्लिक एएमपी भी हो सकता है या कैल्शियम आयन भी हो सकता है. इसकी वजह से कुछ बायोकेमिकल रिस्पॉन्स हुआ, जिसने आगे फिजियोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स दिखाया, जैसे कि ओवेरियन ग्रोथ हो गई. उसके बाद दूसरा आता है ऐसे हार्मोन्स, फॉर एग्जांपल ईस्ट्रोजन, जो यूटेराइन सेल मेम्ब्रेन को क्रॉस करके आ गए आगे न्यूक्लियस के अंदर, रिसेप्टर जो है अपना उसके साथ बाइंड करके हार्मोन रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स भी बना लिया. एंड आफ्टर दैट दे वेंट टू द जीनोम, मेड RNA, मेड द प्रोटीन्स, एंड फिजियोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्सेस फिर दिखाए, जैसे कि टिश्यू का ग्रोथ और डिफरेंशिएशन. सो यहीं पर हमारा ये चैप्टर खत्म होता है. आई होप यू लाइक दिस वीडियो. वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो वीडियो को लाइक करना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग द वीडियो.